Wow. Early birds, right out of bed to Noe. I love it. Thanks for being here. How'd you get here? I don't mean like what Uber did you take? I mean, what life experience did you have that inspired you to be in this room right now? Where do you go next? Not after my talk, but after your interactions, inspirations, learnings, and the connections you make at NOE that influence perhaps the rest of your life, certainly maybe your next step. Who said the path to entrepreneurship was linear, a straight line? It certainly was not me. It certainly wasn't for me. No, it's been much the opposite, a winding road, kind of a trippy journey, and I'd like to share with you some of that today. So for me, it all started by quitting. Went to college, had this grand vision, get a PhD in industrial organizational psychology, help communities, teams, groups thrive by setting up really robust environments. A couple years in, lost interest, got jaded by it, not sure. Didn't know what I was going to do, but went to Europe for the summer, where I had an epiphany, soaking in a bathhouse on the edge of the Danube River. I don't want to get an advanced degree in psychology. I just want to help people learn to relax. What's a good way to get into that? A retreat spa. Come home from Europe, go see my very academic parents. I'm dropping out of college. I'm going to become a hairstylist. Let me tell you a secret. They were pissed. Did it anyway. Became a hairstylist, worked for Aveda here in New Orleans, buggered off to Seattle, vision, buy some property on one of these small islands off the coast of downtown Seattle, create a retreat spa one day. First year I was there, I realized Seattle has these annual Fat Tuesday parties, right? As a New Orleans kid, I didn't attend. I figured I'd be relatively uninspired. But that year, there were riots, and 2 people got killed. I was like, what? This is a comparatively relatively peaceful city, and like New Orleans, Mardi Gras is the only time we don't kill people. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on here? I'm going to show these folks how to do it. Had a little background in this. I'm a lifelong drummer, and when I was a kid in high school, college, had the ambition to call the venues, convince them to let my band play, book other bands, promote it, get people out. So the next year, I did a Mardi Gras party in Seattle, and those things were wildly successful. Thousands of people came out to those. And what it led to is music venues asking me to become their in-house talent buyer, wind up controlling 3 music venues, which led into kind of an artist management agency. So I've got this small hair salon with me and a couple of girlfriends, and I've got this talent agency. How did I get here? A couple major TV shows and video game companies come calling. They want to license my artist's work. Those deals were extremely lucrative, but very painful. It took way too long to close and way too many lawyers in the room. And that's when the light bulb went off. If I could make licensing music as easy as clicking a button, I could turn that into a big business, especially if I had a really robust catalog in almost every genre of high quality music. And I had met a girl named Jen, brought the idea to her, she liked it, we agreed to create this company together, and I didn't know what I was doing. But she had a friend named Rick Hennessy. Rick Hennessy invented ringtones, and he believed in me. He believed in my passion. He knew that I understood the space, and that I was extremely committed to solving the problem and helping artists build sustainable careers. And he became my mentor, and he helped us raise capital for Audio Socket. And next thing you know, I've got a venture-backed music tech company. It took a minute to get it off the ground, but we did, and we started having some early successes. We were the first company to create an API that allowed other major media platforms to ingest our catalog of music and deliver it to their end users. And we got a deal with Vimeo. You've probably heard of them, big video hosting platform. A lot of success there, brought a lot of problems. Started getting phone calls from our artists. Hey, Brent, I just heard my song in a Jeep commercial. I got my royalty report from you last month. You didn't pay me for a Jeep commercial. What's up with that? Why are you stealing my money? I'm like, what? We didn't do a Jeep commercial. So I get the team, start doing audits, looking at who's downloading what's getting used and where. Realize people are stealing from us as much as they're paying us. I go to my tech team and I say, y'all, we got a major problem. We got to fix it. That leads to an invented, patented technology called license ID, tracking copyrights and commercial broadcasts. Turn that into another company. Spin out a new business called Lidcore. At that time, my business partner, Jen, comes to me and she's like, Brent, the kids, they're growing up too fast. I need to be more present. I want to spend time with them. I'm going to step down as CEO. And I look at her, I'm like, Jen, I love your family. I can run both of these companies myself, no problem. A few weeks after that, Ted Cruz, guy was running for president against some other dude named Donald Trump, comes asking audio socket for music. And we say no, not just because we don't like him, because we don't. Most people don't like him if you follow the press. But because we just had a policy around porn and politics. We don't know how the artist would feel about it, so we just stay away from it. Ted Cruz, he said, no worries, thanks, we'll find music elsewhere. A week later, bing, 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 the license ID system is throwing alerts. Our music is all over national television broadcasts. It's all over the internet. Ted Cruz stole our music. I sued Ted Cruz in federal court, and we won. Crowning achievement. How did I get here? Ran these companies for 3 years until I couldn't. Severe burnout, landed in the hospital twice in 1 week. Doctor said it was acute stress. Body was shutting down. I could keep it up if I wanted to, but I'd be dead young. So I decided I need to take a break. Called Jen. She had been on sabbatical for 3 years, got her to come back as CEO, helped her recruit some executive leadership. Step back, no idea what's next. Scary, super scary. My good buddy Gerard Ramos owns a dev shop here in New Orleans called Revelry. He comes to me and says, Brent, over the years, we've added hundreds of millions in value for the partners we've built technology for, and it's time for us to start building companies for ourselves. So like, run a startup studio, a company making factory. Interesting. You know, companies that come out of studios are 60% more likely to succeed than those that don't, or those that come out of venture capital. So we start building companies together. A few years in, a good buddy of mine named Patrick Comer sells his local company for over $1 billion. He's like, I've got this new idea to bring Dungeons and Dragons to the blockchain, a Web3 company. I'm like, interesting, we'll look at it. Studio gets pretty excited. I'm like, Patrick, we'll do it. We'll co-found this thing with you. Who do we want to hire? What's the skill set? What's the background of the CEO we want to recruit? He's like, I want it to be you. Tricked into running a Web3 gaming company. Love it. Great product, great team. Spent 2 years doing that, brought it from absolutely nothing to launch. And here we are, 2024. Stepping back into the studio full time, creating more companies. Got a new one. Artificial intelligence platform called ProdOps, AI system that is going to forever change how software is designed, built, and delivered. The honor to support the woman that was leading that validation and early product development, suggested to her and the team that she become our CEO, and now I get the chance to support a new founder who's got deep experience in the space, but is a first-time CEO, like Rick Hennessy supported me. How the hell did I get here? When I was in 7th grade, 13 years old, I competed in a talent show for my grammar school, and it was just me on stage. I did a drum solo. Pretty scary. I won first place. I brought the trophy to my drum teacher, so proud. He looked at me, he's like, I can't believe you won first place in anything. Gutted. 13-year-old Brent does not see 50-year-old Brent here today. But looking back on it, I know exactly how I got here. And I don't know how you got here or where you're going next, but I'll tell you this. Believe in yourself. Believe in where you're at on the path. Obsess over the problems that matter to you and do not accept them. Look for and build solutions. Add value to the lives of others without any expectation of return. Surround yourself with great people and build things that matter. I'll leave you with this quote. I don't know who said it, but I love it. And forgive the language for the kids in the back. Entrepreneurship. The highs are high, the lows are low, and the swing between the two is scary as fuck. Don't worry about it. Get after it. believe in yourself, grab a vine, and start swinging. Thank you very much.